going to do a short lesson here on the open G chord. It's a very important chord in pop and rock music, and there's several different ways it can be fingered. And if you think you know the open G chord, yeah, I got a surprise for you, because I got a fingering that is very unusual, and I've actually never seen it anywhere else. So first of all, most books, guitar methods, whatnot, they will teach you to finger the G like this. The voicing, if you're interested, is root, third, fifth, root, third, root. So it has 3 roots, 2 thirds, and a fifth. You run into it all the time. There's another way to finger this, and if you switch your fingers so that your first finger is free, it's exactly the same chord, but you're fingering it with 3, 2, and 4 instead of 2, 1, and 3. This fingering is useful for if it goes back and forth from G to C. That's much less movement than doing it this way. You also hear what's known as a G sus, or a C over G chord. You can't really do that chord without fingering it this way. So that's what I call a 3-finger G, and it could be fingered this way, which is the standard, or this way, which is also pretty common. There's another fingering for the open G chord, and I call it the 4-finger G, and it is fingered like this: 2, 1, 3, 4. The voicing for this is root, third, fifth, root, fifth, root. So it only has 1 third and 2 fifths instead of 2 thirds and 1 fifth. I like the sound of this one. I use it the most. It's a good solid sound. Plus, it's very conducive to the 80s rock power ballad. And this chord, the 4-finger G, in connection with a C add 9 chord, which I'm going to show you, it's exactly the same fingering as this. You just move your middle finger and index finger over 1 string each, and you strum 5 strings instead of 6. That's C add 9. G to C add 9. So that's a very common sound in the rock ballad thing. Some examples off the top of my head. I Remember You by Skid Row. Welcome to the pouring rain. So that's a very Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. Take me on down to Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Same thing, G and C add 9. Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Every rose has its thorn, and every night has its dawn. Good Riddance by Green Day. Another turning point, fork stuck in the road. So you got G to C add 9. The 4-finger G can sometimes be played. You mute the 5th string. Very hard to distinguish the difference between that and that. This has no third in it. It's just a stack of power chords. It's root, fifth, root, fifth, root, fifth, root. There's another way to finger that that I've never seen anywhere. I've never seen anybody use it. It's very difficult to diagram out because it has multiple fingers on the same string. And it's called a frog leg G. And it uses your thumb. Looks like this.